Check.
Te hablo desde la prisión, Wilson Manyoma,
Borbona. What day is it? It's Tuesday.
Tuesday. It's 7 and change. We're live. The fans over there. We gotta cut that fan off. You could like hear it like clear as day. Sorry.
We were so ready.
We were ready. We are ready. It's episode 123. Masters and None. It's Tuesday. We're live, on time, ready to F. I want to curse in the first couple minutes. Yeah. So what's up, man?
Discipline, brother.
Yeah.
What's you, man? Talk to me,
I
bruh.
see you.
See a little sandy derm on your arm?
You got a little new addition on you?
Yeah, I got a little new addition on me, you know. This is my camera side. You know, so I got to keep it, you know, I got to make sure that I keep it going, you know. Got to keep it fresh.
I think when people see you in the streets now, they'll whisper to their significant others and say, "Damn, he's tatted."
You think so?
I think so. I think you're tatted.
Yeah, I got a little bit, especially this right arm gets a lot of work.
Yeah.
His right arm, it gets a lot. What, you hearing music?
No, I thought I heard an echo from the podcast. But.
You may have.
Oh.
Allegedly.
Damn.
But yeah, so I got a new tat this weekend. I got a new tattoo. It's all smudgy and, you know, and all that plasma and all that crap. What do they call that comes out of there?
Plasma.
It's like they call it something when it's related to a tattoo. I don't know, like the ink and everything mixed. I thought there was a word.
I've heard the word plasma and blood.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And
that's
ink.
And ink. That's a.
Yeah, so this is actually this plastic that I have on here. This is not a sponsored. This is not a sponsored ad or anything like that, but it could be. We're willing to take checks.
Hit us up.
But this is Sandy Derm. So this is something. This is only my third tattoo that used this. Like it's. I know you've had a lot of Sandy Derm or like you use Second Skin, right?
Yeah, they're essentially the same product. Second Skin is just like a name brand.
Yeah, so it's just this plastic adhesive that just like kind of sticks on it and keeps it pretty clean. I mean, it keeps it clean, keeps everything together. The only thing I've had to do is from putting like shirts on and stuff, it's kind of rolled up in a couple of areas, so I had to put reinforcement strips on it.
I'll tell you one thing. Second Skin, Saniderm, all those post tattooing Band-Aid things, that shit's the fucking future. Like I have so much of a better healing process when I use it.
Yeah, I mean, this is, like I said, it's only my third tattoo that I used it, but I mean, the two that I used it for, it worked really well. You know, the only thing is like I was a little new to using this stuff the first two times, so it still kind of leaked out and stuff. The corners came up. It came off sooner than I wanted it to. But with this one, I was a little smarter. And plus, the tattooer that did this, he waited quite some time. First, he was like, I'm going to put a little petroleum on it. He said, I'm just going to let it bleed for like the next 10, 15 minutes. So he just left it alone. And I realized as he did that, he's like, all right. And then he stepped out for a little break or something he didn't invite me to, but it's all good. So, so he stepped out, comes back, and I realized, I was like, this is the first time that I've had somebody wait. I was like, usually they'll wipe it, they'll clean it, they'll give me a minute, and then they'll take a photo. They'll wipe it again, and then they'll take the photo, and then they'll put the Saniderm on. He waited, did all that stuff, then put the Saniderm on, and I felt like it adhered way better because it wasn't so wet.
Yeah, because that's one of the things. They'll just fill up like a sack.
Yeah.
Like, they'll fill up a sack of just like that, whatever the fuck leaks out of it.
Yeah.
Like, I've had to like poke holes in it to like let all that shit leak out, and then I'll just patch it with like a small little patch. But anyways.
All right, bro. So that's enough about my tattoo. Oh, you want to hear about my appointment?
Oh yeah. Tell the people about your appointment.
I'll tell the people a little bit about my appointment.
Tell them about like your belief in like your opinion on punctuality. Like preface your appointment.
When it comes to what? What kind of event are we talking about here?
No, in general, you're like, just how punctual, like what do you, when you feel like, when you hear punctuality, like how high on your list of like great qualities is that in a human being? Like, should somebody be punctual?
I think it's an important quality for a person to have. Mm-hmm. I think it's a very admirable quality.
Okay.
I don't think it's necessarily something that gives you bad character if you're not always punctual.
All right. I can agree with that.
I will also sit here right in front of you and in front of all 591 of our subs.
Yeah.
Because that's where we're at. And I'm gonna clip this when we're at 1 million and we're gonna watch it.
Yeah.
But and I will say that I myself am not a person that excels in the area of punctuality. Certain things.
Yeah.
Certain things I'm on time for. But on Saturday for my tattoo appointment, it was at 12 p.m. So I leave my house at like 9. It was quite a distance. It was in Staten Island. So I go all the way over there and I get there, it's 11:30. So I'm like, look at this, I'm 30 minutes early. I get there, the shop's not open. So I'm like, all right, so nobody's got any brunch tattoos. All right. I come back at like 12 and there's the young lady that was at the counter originally. She's there. And I ask her, she tells me, what's your name? I tell her my name. She said, there's a guy here that has a 12. You sure you're 12 o'clock? I was like, yeah. She looks and she's like, I have you here for 4 p.m. And I'm like, must be some mistake.
It has to be.
Let me check the emails. So I started looking through the emails. Not only was my appointment for 4 p.m.
Yeah.
This young lady never mentioned anything about 12.
You don't know where the fuck you got 12 from.
I don't know where 12 p.m. I don't know where it came from. I don't know who. I don't know.
Wishful thinking.
Wishful, I guess. But needless to say, I had a really nice $12 squeeze juice next door. And I had a little chai. I think I had a chai or something. I had something. I was just wasting money while I was waiting.
So you got to your appointment.
Got there, and it went well.
5 hours early. And
had to find something to do on a rainy ass day.
Yeah, didn't take a nap in the car. That's for sure.
That's for sure. Yeah. All right. So he gives me shit because I told him I was going to take a little snooze in the car.
Justin was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. You know what? Maybe I'll just take a nap. And I was like, what? You're going to take a nap? What are you, a kitten? What do you mean you're going to take a nap? What are you, a fucking serial killer?
So, all right. So was it the fact that I was going to sleep during the day, or is it the fact that I used the word nap?
It's definitely a culmination of those things, but I'll break it down for you.
All right, let's.
So I'm not a big nap. I'm not a napper. Okay. If I go to sleep midday, I'm gonna wake up pissed.
All right.
I wake up for whatever reason, and I'm not even like a very irritable person. But if I fall asleep at like noon and wake up at like 6 p.m., I'm furious.
You're pissed.
Yeah, for no reason. So
because you slept a lot of the day away. No, that's not a nap. You went to bed.
No, well, I'm not like upset. Like I wasted my day. I'm just like irritable. Mm-hmm. And I just, and I'm not a napper. So I can't like, I understand what you're saying. I just have difficulties relating because I personally don't nap. And I'm also one of those people who don't even like going to bed early because I want to like use my whole day.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Yeah. I was just thinking, I was like, because I was up late, later than I wanted to be. Yeah. And then I woke up earlier than I probably, needed to.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't sleep well.
Yeah.
You know, because I wanted to get to my 12 o'clock appointment on time.
No, of course.
I wanted to get there early.
Makes perfect sense.
And what's funny is I told Juana I had this appointment. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yo, so I had this appointment. He's like, oh, what time? I said, oh, it's at 12. You know, I said, but I'm going to get there early. So, you know, previously with my admission of never being the most punctual, he proceeds to tell me, oh, yeah? He said, you never been early to anything in your life. What makes you think tomorrow's going to be any different?
Juan's a friend of ours.
So I said, I'll show you.
Yeah. And you
This
show
is
you
4 hours. Toma.
you did show him. Yeah, no, I'm listening, man. If you would have napped, I wouldn't have judged you. Also, like, you gotta think, there's kids in Asia right now that can't nap because they're doing their second fucking shift.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. You didn't hit 20 hours yet, young man.
Yeah.
You know,
Back on the fucking line.
no food, no sleep.
You want to talk about Kim K having to fucking pay a $1.26 million fine for an advertisement that she was paid $250,000 for?
Yeah, she. I was reading that she got paid money by a cryptocurrency. Like, how does that even work? So, is it the cryptocurrency that paid her?
So it's the company, right? The company pays you to promote the cryptocurrency. Something that's like really big in like as like crypto came up, like there's been a ton of people promoting crypto. And they'll pay you in some cash or they'll pay you in some of their crypto. And the idea behind some of that is, and one of the downsides of it is that I give you like 100 coins, right?
Yeah.
And then you promote the stock. You promote the coin.
Okay.
It shoots up in value. And then if you're, you know, a piece of crap, or if you're just somebody who's you know, a shrewd businessman, you'll pull out and then you'll never talk about it again. And then all your fans will have bought this coin that's essentially useless now because they trusted you and, you know, wanted to support your endeavors. And like you walk away with the bag and or you walk away with the money and your fans get stuck holding the bag. Whatever the fucking expression is. Kim Kardashian got paid to promote a coin. I don't know which one it was, but she got paid $250 to, you know, give him a shout out or do something on Instagram. And she never told them that she never stated that it was a paid promotion, right? That's why, and you have to state that like this is a paid promotion. You can't say this is my financial advice. Like there's some kind of law with I don't know if it's the FDA, the SEC. There's some kind of government regulatory body that's watching people to make sure that they don't do certain things when it comes to finances. And this happened to her.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think she already agreed to it. That
To
she's
pay the
gonna
money?
pay it.
Yeah, she's not fucking around. I wonder if she's going to pay it or if like the company was like, yo, we fucked up, my bad. Don't worry, we'll pay for it.
No, I mean, they can't control her post. She didn't disclose it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's not their fault.
You know, I don't think it's their fault. I mean, she knows. I mean, listen, she's somebody that makes her living on Instagram. I think that she probably knows those terms better than anyone. I mean, it's not like a regular person posting on Instagram. She has a whole advising team, I'm sure, that they probably, you know, comb through her post prior. And they're like, well, the wording of this could be conceived as a little inappropriate.
Yeah.
Let's reword that.
Who got fired? Someone on her team must have lost their job then.
For allowing her to post that?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
The circle's smaller today than it was a couple days ago.
Yeah, probably. I mean, because Lord knows she's not going to be accountable for it.
Oh, no. That's
Absolutely
why
not.
she pays people for it, though, right?
Yeah, you pay people to take the fall. Just like in the hood, you know, the rapper that gets on pays somebody to carry the weed with him.
Yeah.
Pays somebody to do whatever bidding needs to be done.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think it's crazy that for $250K, she ended up having to pay 1.26, which leads me to believe everybody made way more than that in that short amount of time that post was up. That's what leads me to believe, because that's the thing about crypto that makes it a little different. Even now, social media is so powerful that I think the stock market can be affected, but crypto especially, one person can single-handedly change the value of a cryptocurrency by inflating it. If it's somebody that people listen to, you know, like with the stock market, like Elon Musk was playing games with the stock market by like saying he was going to buy Twitter. He wasn't going to buy Twitter. He was going to buy Twitter. And that stock was going all over the place based on his word and his ability to shift it.
Now he's in a lawsuit not to buy Twitter.
Yeah.
because they lied about like their engagement, like their numbers.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Twitter lied about their numbers, about like multiple different numbers, but specifically one of the issues that he had was they lied about like their viewer count, like how many accounts they had versus how many of those were real and how many of them were like inactive or bot accounts and shit like that. And there was a large discrepancy behind from what they said to what was true.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
How ironic is that? People do the same thing to buy false followers and stuff like that. And Twitter's here valuing their company at more money by artificially inflating the amount of users.
Yeah, and you know that there was somebody that they let go that like
he was like a whistleblower.
Yeah,
damn.
He was like somebody from their securities team or some shit like that.
Come on, man. That's why
he was like, "Yo, you guys aren't as safe as you are. You're not as safe. You're not safe." And they're like, "All right, you got to go, bro." And then he was like, "And you're faking your view count." And Elon was like, "What did he say? What did that gentleman say?"
Right.
And he pulled out.
Excuse me. Get him.
Yeah. Elon pulled out so quick he left the rubber in. They got that shit in court.
Nah, come on, bro. You know how many kids he got? He don't pull out.
That's a fact. I'll tell you what, he does pull out of fucking Twitter buys.
Well, that's because Twitter's lying. Because they're making shit up.
They always, what's up, Twiz? You're right. They always let the whistleblower go. I mean, listen, man. Not always.
Not always, man.
Look at Snowden, right? Wasn't he kind of a whistleblower?
Kind of a whistleblower. He's the most fucking infamous whistleblower of all time.
Yeah, that guy's living in Schmusha right now.
Well, he was just given full citizenship.
Good for him, I guess.
Putin gave him the whole thing. Gave him full access, bro.
Yeah. That guy's definitely working for them now. He's definitely like, they brought him in and they looked him in the eyes and just said, "I am the captain now."
Bro, how stupid is the U.S. to intimidate and scare that man so bad that he goes over there and now you scared him so bad he don't want to come back?
Yeah.
You kidding me?
How crazy is that?
Like, come on, bro.
How crazy is it that Vice got an interview with that guy?
He was on Joe Rogan. The guy was on the podcast.
Yeah, that's
he was
crazy
on the
too.
Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, but when I'm talking about, he was like in somewhere in like Asia or something like that, like with them.
Yeah, he's gone to multiple places like with people, but it's a crazy endeavor. I'm sure that, that guy is, goddamn, he's got to live terrified no matter what. Every day he's got to wake up worried. Even though he's over there, he's still got to wake up worried.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, come on. Professional, government sent. Like, come on, they grow these kids to be Jason Bourne. Yep. And now Jason Bourne could be living next door to you and you don't even know. And this is like a 10-year play.
Every single day he's got to worry about Jason Bourne, the fucking Avengers, somebody from one of these fucking movies kicking in his door and face fucking him with the long dick of the American law.
It's unbelievable. It's but now he's able to stay over there and there's been movies made about him. I wonder if he got paid off those movies.
I don't know. He really seems like one of those guys that doesn't even want the money. He's like, I could just hack all your bank accounts and take all your money. I'm not interested in money.
I got to be honest though, man. I get even worried listening to guys like him talk about what they've seen. I'm like, they know everything.
Guys like him, like some of those guys just stick to their guns. It's like the people who, I forgot which website it was. It was like I forgot which service it was. That was like giving like pirating music, and they just couldn't take these guys down. Like they're I don't want to talk about it because I don't know. I'm missing so many pieces that I'm just gonna fuck up a good story.
You're just gonna let this. You're gonna let this one. Just gonna leave it. Just gonna.
Yeah, I don't want to fuck it up.
Damn. So it's. I almost forgot to mention it's beer.
It's pumpkin season, guys. If you're into pumpkin spice lattes or pumpkin spice anything,
pumpkin beer,
pumpkin pie, pumpkin, incense, candles, everything.
Hand soap.
Yeah, hand soap.
Tis
the season.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, man. And now that we're talking about that, next week on next week's episode live, I'm gonna do a pumpkin beer tasting. And I'm going to try to guess them all. You guys are going to be able to see them, but I can't see them.
Yeah.
It's going to be next week. You know why? Because next week is my birthday.
Next week's also Justin's birthday.
So if you're watching this and you don't watch next week, you hate me.
Yeah.
All right. And you got to carry that with yourself.
Yep. You got to think about it every night when you go to sleep.
Every goddamn night. So
Midday
but
when you're
seriously,
napping?
Yeah. So I think it's going to be fun. I think I'm going to do a good job. They're going to be all pumpkin beers, and I'm going to be able to pick what I'm going to do the tasting, and I'm going to have a list of which beers they are, right? You're going to give me a list, right?
Yeah.
Of like all the ones in there, and then I'll match them up.
And you just got to identify which is the right beers.
Okay.
And then when you're done, you have to drink them all.
Oh, yeah?
Well, it is your birthday.
All right. Fair enough.
I don't think that's
Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
But no, it's going to be super fun, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, so tune in next week for that. While we're here, speaking about birthday shenanigans, let's talk about the United States Postal Service shenanigans that they got going on right now with in New York and New Jersey.
Yeah. I read about that shit, and it was like a identity theft. Is that what it
Yes.
was? It was identity theft, right? So it was New York and Jersey. And did we get a number on how many workers were involved?
I don't know how many workers. I know what they did with their money.
It was the dumbest shit ever.
So tell the story first. Tell exactly what happened. Or
They, a bunch of a few, I don't know how many, a handful of United States Postal Service workers from New York and Jersey got arrested. They got arrested for committing fraud. So the kind of fraud they committed was the most brilliant fraud of all time. They were stealing credit cards out of the mail.
yeah.
And then they were going and buying high-end luxury items.
They were buying like Louis bags. They were going to the mall. I'm talking about you get not unlimited money, but you get to spend somebody else's money, which is
Yeah.
and the first thing you say is, I'm going to go fucking get a Louis belt.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. You're going to jeopardize your pension. You're going to jeopardize your life, your retirement, all your money, like all of the good things about a job like that. And you're just going to be like, yep, this Louis belt is worth that my entire future.
It doesn't make sense. It's just a federal offense.
Yeah, it is, right? Because tampering with mail.
Yeah, it's a crazy idea that and not only you take the money and you buy something, you make the money go as short as possible, essentially, right? Because you're gonna buy a Louis bag for $1,000. You could have bought a lot more things with those $1,000, right?
Yeah.
But you're gonna buy the most expensive things where the money doesn't go long and it doesn't hold any value. It doesn't make any fucking. It's the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah, I can't. I was shocked, but then I wasn't. I was like, because the kind of person that is trying to gamble with their job like that, I was like, this is the same kind of person that is going to steal credit cards out of the mail.
Yeah.
Like, this is like, if you didn't work here, you would have did this anyway. you would have just set up outside of a mailbox and you would have done something like this. You're definitely following the UPS guy and stealing packages at Christmas season, stealing them off of people's front steps. Unbelievable. I see you looking at my tab, bro. You want to see what it looks like. He wants to see what it looks like.
You're just so tatted now. I don't even know what to fucking do. But it's insane. It's honestly
You're a fucking mural with legs.
It's mad funny because I rocked the long sleeve today. Today is your day, bro. I'm not
Gotta let
showing
me
any
shine.
tattoos today.
Gotta let me
Today
shine,
is
you know
your
what I'm saying?
day.
Sean, I appreciate you, man.
But to go back to these postal workers, these fucking idiots, morons. I don't know what would you buy? You're a postal worker and you're stupid enough to risk your job and you get a credit card. And let's just say it's a $10,000 balance. What are you buying?
I'll be honest with you, man. The thing is, that's so difficult to do today because of technology and tracing and, what I would do.
You're not concerned with getting caught.
I'm not concerned with getting caught. All
Yeah,
right, so
I
I'm
want to know
just
what
balling
items
out.
you're buying. Yeah.
Now, what kind of card are we talking? We talking about an Amex? We talking about $50,000 limit? Or are we talking about $10,000?
Let's just say a $10,000 limit, right? Because
All right.
what were these guys stealing? They're probably getting shit with a couple grand.
Yeah,
Like-
most high end credit cards, you probably, they're not obvious to tell what they are.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Let me see. So I'm thinking, what would I? All right. So theoretically,
Because I'm trying to think. I'm calling them dumb for buying Louis bags and shit. But I'm like, damn, if I was in that situation, what would I have bought? Computer parts? A ballin' ass camera for the podcast?
see if I'm thinking about if not getting caught, if getting caught is not a concern, I mean,
getting caught for them obviously wasn't a concern.
Yeah, so if that's not the concern, I might buy all the same shit and resell it.
You too might buy
just
Louis
to get
bags.
the cash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck. I mean, that's easy shit to get off.
Yeah.
You know, allegedly.
I'm surprised nobody bought studio equipment, you know?
Oh, come on, bro. I
Set
know.
up the stew in the basement, you know, like invest in themselves.
Nah, because they're pirating. If they're stealing credit cards, they're pirating all music software.
Yeah.
You know, and plus they already got a studio. You don't think they already got a studio, bro?
No, you're 100% right. You
Come
got
on,
to,
bro.
yeah. If you're buying Louis bags of stolen credit cards that you stole from the mail,
Your mixtape is already out.
yeah.
Your
That's why
mixtape-
they're not worried about getting caught, because they're about to pop.
Your mixtape already dropped, bro. It already dropped, man. Come on, bro.
Yeah, no, these guys are going to jail, and they're gonna do every second of their time because this is a felony. They're gonna be in the fucking feds.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be fucking rough. And the crazy thing is, like, that they're probably still gonna owe that money too. They're gonna have to pay back whatever it is for, you know, because of course I think the credit card would be insured, right, for those purchases.
There's credit cards are like federally protected. Like you can't, like if you've been, there's like a rule behind that where you can't be charged for that shit.
Okay, yeah. So all right, so then they'd have to, I guess so who's responsible to pay the stores back? Are the stores insured against that? I'm sure they would have to be against that kind of purchase, right?
I'm sure the card is insured and the card gets their money back. Like the card company gets their money back. The store gets paid from the card.
Okay.
Somebody's insured. Because now that I'm saying this out loud, I feel like many times I speak, I'm so full of shit that I've convinced myself of this. But the truth is I don't know. So I'll tell you who's not paying it. The people who are about to do fucking 5 to 10.
Nah, they'll probably, you know what? We'll probably end up paying for it somehow.
Yeah. You know who pays for it?
Taxpayers somehow.
We pay for it.
That's always the answer.
We're going to spend more
This is
money.
bullshit. Taxpayer.
We're going to spend more money on imprisoning them than they spent.
True. Very true. Well, that's the idea. Because
Yeah.
they're going to make a lot too.
Yeah, dude, I watched this fucking show on Netflix.
What is it? Jeffrey
World's
Dahmer?
most dangerous fucking prison. I want to talk about Jeffrey Dahmer too.
Yeah.
This is like one of those like shows that Netflix just picked up and threw a season up. Like this isn't a Netflix original.
Okay.
I think it's called World's Toughest Prisons.
Oh, that's the one when they show guys like stacked on top of each other and everybody looks like a complete and total murderer and then you're
Yes.
supposed to go to sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, the prison they show I seen yesterday was one in Romania.
Get out of here, bro.
33% of the inmates are doing life. 33%. A third of the inmates.
This is terrible.
I want to paint a picture for you guys that aren't familiar with this prison show or prison or anything like that in general. And I'm not very privy, but I know that somebody who has life has nothing to lose, right? Because once you're in jail for life,
What are you going to do? Give me life again?
yeah, you're going to give me life again. So those are the people you do not want to be in prison with because they have nothing to lose.
Now imagine you find out at the end there's reincarnation or something. And you come back and you do entire
And you do it time again. No, but imagine if every third person is doing life.
No. I'm supposed to eat my corn muffin?
Bro, this jail was so crazy,
Yeah.
they never even got into the general population.
Get the fuck out
They
of
put
here,
this
bro.
dude with another with
Wait a minute. You said they never got to general population?
They never went to G-pop. So there's a guy who's a prison expert because he did 16 years in prison for a murder that he didn't commit. That's his fucking story. I'm not here to tell it.
All
but
right.
this guy's the guy he's the guy that he's the main character of the show. He's the one that goes from prison to prison.
Okay.
When he goes to this prison, they say there's a select few people who don't want to join the prison gangs because the prison is run by the gangs. They don't want to join the prison gangs, so they're in this other part of the prison. This other part of the prison is a 22-hour lockdown. 2 hours outside, and it's not even outside. You're just outside of your room in a hallway where you could count 36 paces in each direction. And they're living there voluntarily because they don't want to be out in the general public because they don't want to join a prison gang.
Jesus. So without one, they won't survive.
Yeah.
So they're like, we can't put them in there. They're not safe.
Exactly. And Jude, nobody's ever been let off. Like anybody, you know how there's an end to life. Like life is like 30 years.
Like parole?
Yeah. Nobody's ever been let out. Ever. In like the history of this prison. Like everybody just is there till they die.
So they don't do parole.
No.
They don't
not for the lifers.
All right, they don't do parole, so it's life without the possibility of parole, and however their judicial system works. They might call it some other shit. They might just say you're going to hell.
Yeah.
And that's what that is. Damn. That's got to be crazy. And what do they pay to people that work in such a place?
I don't know. And it's like an old Soviet prison, so it's not like a new one. It's just like fucking. It's an interesting show. I'm pretty sure it's called World's Toughest Prisons. It's on Netflix. Check it out. It's very interesting. I've seen some of the ones in like South America and shit. Those fucking prisons are crazy too.
Yeah, those are crazy too. I've seen a couple of, I don't know if it was this show, but I've seen like clips of just big ass rooms of just loose psychopaths.
Yeah.
Just walking around. Just everybody's just cram packed. Just bunks lined up. I'm like, how does anybody sleep?
Yeah. Bro, I watched an interview with one of the guys that was in one of these like crazy South American, a Mexican prison. And he has, they bring him in, they fingerprint him, check his fucking bunghole, make sure he didn't bring anything in with him, right?
Check his bunghole.
Yeah. And then they bring him into the prison and they're like, all right, man, go ahead. And he's like, wait, you're not going to show me like where my bed is or something like that? And they're like, no, we don't go in there. He's like, don't worry, you'll figure it out. Like the prison's completely controlled by the gangs.
Get out of here.
So when you get in there, you got to figure out like where you're about to get down. This guy was like, he was running drugs from Mexico to the States of Mexico, whatever. And he had gotten caught in Mexico. He ended up in a Mexican prison. When he got there, he thought he was a thug. He had some J's on. He said he was stabbed within minutes of being there. Because somebody came up to him and tested him for his sneakers. And he wanted to give him up and they just juked him.
What?
Yeah.
And this guy's telling his story from being out?
Now he's out of jail and he's telling the story.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude, these jail shows are fucking insane.
Nah, bro, I can't even, man, that shit is fucking craziness, bro.
Yeah.
Please, man.
But you were talking about
damn.
another show when I referred to this show. You were talking about the Jeffrey Dahmer show that everybody's going crazy about.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand. People are going crazy like they don't know who Jeffrey Dahmer is. Like they didn't know that this guy existed and he did all these heinous things. It's like it's new. It's like, what are you guys talking about?
Well, we always talk about this, how people love to find a reason to be upset.
It's so old, bro. I'm so over that shit.
Yeah, people are like, I don't want to watch this because certain people, I keep saying certain people, but one perspective that I heard was it's not fair to the families of his victims because they're having to relive this by a show that's inadvertently glorifying Jeffrey Dahmer's behavior.
I don't know how they're saying glorifying it.
I think because of the way they kind of painted him and the way the story's being told. And when I watch this show, and I haven't even gotten through the whole show.
He's a sicko.
Yeah,
what
I don't
kind
see
of
it.
way are they portraying him?
I don't see it. I mean, the only thing I could see that they did to kind of make him look, and I'm using air quotes, good, is that they made him fucking shredded. Like he ended up working out and he got in good shape. But
who knows if he wasn't? Do we know that? Because I don't know. He might have been in good shape.
He might have been in great shape.
Because they don't typically make people in better shape than they were in real life.
Yeah, I don't know if that's like, if that's like accurate to the real Dahmer. I don't know, but people are upset about it. But
it's funny to me because I'm like, what are people upset about? I'm like, people are perfectly fine with John Wayne Gacy documentaries and shit, and John Wayne Gacy shows, and I don't understand. And then Charles Manson shows, and and all that stuff. I mean, the Waco, Texas thing. Like nobody really seems to care about anything else except this. I think this was just the one that was the most well done. Yeah, and I think people are that. I'm like, y'all are that mad? This is the best one out of all these movies.
Yeah, they did it with the Gilgo murders.
Yeah, they did it with that. I mean, they've done it with everybody. You name it.
The fucking
the Night Stalker. He just had one. That dude Ramirez.
Who's the gentleman that was he killed people over like 10 years or some shit like that. The guy that got caught he got caught because his footprint. I think he was killing people in
What was he like? Was it Boston? Like the Boston Strangler or some shit?
No, this guy, he's a very, very, very famous serial killer. I don't remember what his name was, but oh man, there was a Netflix show about him too. So essentially what you're saying is correct, that it's the truth. You know, this has happened over and over and over. I mean, and you could say that about anything. You could say that about a lot of, like, you could say that Django, like, kind of reenacts slavery, so it's causing this it's doing XYZ. I don't even want to give any fucking examples and have used against you one day, but
but you're just saying like that in a way, may glorify that concept.
Yes, it may,
so
because they showed a man who owned a plantation who was very successful and doing this and that. Like that might glorify that behavior, but I was like, I don't know. I didn't look at it like that. Even though that guy's house and that guy ended up not making it through the movie, but whatever the case may be.
Silent said, "Did Django?" I think the D is silent.
The D is silent. Yeah.
But I'm just gonna catch up on the chat real quick because people seem to be intrigued by this topic. So we got okay. So Twiz says because the way they made it. They're like sensationalizing it. He said the way they made it seems like it's a thriller. Spaz said not to be that guy, but we're talking about 17 families. Hardly a reason to not create a show. There's probably some sarcasm in that statement. But the sad part about recreations and such is the world we live in. People are desensitized more and more.
So they have to keep making it like edgier and edgier.
No, I think he means that it's by making a show like this, you're making it seem like this is normal behavior, what this guy's doing, which really, I mean, there's always been shows and movies about heinous type of stuff. I mean, the best movies ever. I mean, Scarface.
Scarface was a good movie.
And I think, was that a true story?
Dude, any war movie.
Or like based
I don't
on
think
anything?
so. Well, there definitely probably was a Tony Montana. That city was built off of drug money.
Yeah.
So there's probably many Tony Montanas.
You want to talk about sensationalizing? I mean, think about like Casino. The movie Casino. Those were all real characters. Those were all real guys that started these casinos and victimized like a bunch of people. I mean, there's murders in that movie.
The movie, I've never seen it.
Yeah, there's murders in that movie, and those were really people that were like, killed and shit.
For whatever reason, when you said Casino, immediately I was like, Rain Man? Is he talking about Rain Man?
Rain Man. That's its own movie, Rain Man.
I know, but that's where my mind went, man. I just want to be honest with you. I want to have a good dialogue.
Nah, Casino is that movie. It's the De Niro movie, and and like
talking about Oceans?
No, Casino. You never saw Casino?
I might have. Maybe.
You might have to stream it live together and let everybody see you watch it for the first time.
Yeah. I seen Scarface though, and I know you want to talk about glorifying fucking how successful was that guy? Another guy inevitably ended up dead at the end of the movie, but man, did he live good while he was alive.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. They're bringing up Henry Hill and his buddies in Goodfellas. Yeah. That's a real movie. They victimized. You want to talk? They must have victimized how many? Robbing people of everything, like,
Any war movie.
Yeah.
Any war movie.
I mean, Jesus Christ, Schindler's List.
Pick a war movie, anyone you want.
Any kind of movie that has all kinds of terrible things in it. I mean, that's all kind of part of it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how he was gross. Like, if you watch the show, dude was like rotting. I did see this crazy ass post on Instagram that had me crying. I'm not even going to talk about it though.
But I think that those posts like that and people doing these like funny reenactments and shit like
the
that.
Memes and shit.
Yeah, like the memes. They definitely, add fuel to those social justice warrior fire.
Well, those aren't people doing those. These are marketing schemes of them like doing this kind of shit. Like this has been like uncovered in the past with things that seem like it was social media picking it up and running. But you find out that entire campaign was actually run by people involved in the show or involved in the film. Like, do you remember the mannequin challenge?
Yeah, I remember the mannequin challenge.
That was done by Sway Lee and the other dude, what are they? Ray Shremmerd.
Yeah.
That by their like management team, they started that mannequin challenge and it went viral. Everybody started doing it. It was just they had somebody do it. It was like an orchestrated marketing ploy.
I didn't know that, but that was around the same time as planking. Remember planking?
Yeah.
You remember that shit? For people who don't remember,
I do, but what relevance does that have?
it was around the same time, and how they're just as dumb.
No, but I'm saying that this is a marketing ploy.
I don't know if that was planking also a marketing ploy of some kind.
I mean, maybe.
Or
I
you
mean,
think that one was a natural one? It might it be.
Well, I'm talking, this was an actual song. The Mannequin Challenge had their song in it.
Yes.
And everybody did the Mannequin Challenge to their song, which made their song go viral. That's my point. Not the actual challenge. I mean, the song that was playing during the challenge.
Okay, and
it was a Ray Shremmerd song.
Yeah, no, I do remember. The correlation I was trying to draw was like those challenges are dumb. It's funny how like they've aged at this point when you think back at them. And one of the dumb ones I could think of is was planking.
I got you. But, you know, what I was referring to was that. So I think that this is probably what that is. This is Netflix or like the production company. They understand the most important thing is no longer TV commercials. It's none of that shit. Not even trailers that are running before your Netflix show that you're watching, even though that has some relevance. But this is it right here. Like when people are scrolling through, you think it's a meme. It's the most shared type of content on the planet. People are just throwing memes around. So if you do memes, you know, like that's the kind of shit that makes people famous. Like, you know, like you remember, who was it that said it about Jamie Foxx, when he was talking about that, like his kids and his kids' friends, like they showed him the meme of Michael Jordan, the crying Michael Jordan. And he did something and they saw that picture and they were like, oh, what do you, they were like, he was like, this is Michael Jordan. And they were like, who, you mean the crying guy? The crying guy from the memes? And he's like, what? This is Michael fucking Jordan. This isn't the crying guy from the memes.
Yeah.
This is Michael Jordan, but they don't even know who that is.
Yeah,
because
he's 7-time.
Yeah, exactly. Because the memes are just such common content that's the majority of what people consume. So when you throw a meme out there that's got a stupid Jeffrey Dahmer thing and it gets shared 2 million times, that's your commercial.
Yeah, it's making somebody say, you know what, this show's being talked about so much, I want to go. And it's funny that you're saying that because I didn't even think the show was that good. I'm not done with it, but I didn't even think it was that good. Like it's a good show, but not to the point that it's at now, that everybody's talking about it, that there's all these memes about it, that people are doing all these funny YouTube videos where they're reenacting the show or like recreating it from a comedic perspective.
Yeah, I mean that's all just adding to it, right? That's making people go out and look at what it is. Because did you see Boosie going crazy?
I don't give a
Boosie still has a big following though. He's got a big online following.
Oh, of course. He's probably bigger now than when he was making music, just because how like he's more like an internet personality now.
Yeah. So he was going off about how they need to cancel the show and ban the show and shit. He's like, this is sick. This is sick what this guy did to our people and stuff. And I'm like, damn. I'm like, Boosie's going in. I was like, damn, he really feels passionate about this. And I was like, man, they probably cut Boosie a check. I was like, Netflix probably cut Boosie a check. You know, he made this long video about it where he just kept saying the same thing over and over, but it seemed like he was passionate. But then I was like, man, do I think Boosie really cares about this? Boosie don't care about this.
He loves talking about shit that people don't give a fuck what he thinks about, like the topic. He said something about Kanye the other day. I'm like, bro, I seen him the other day in an orange Miami Dolphin jersey that was like 3 times. It was like a fucking the field edition. It was like 4 times the size that he should be wearing.
But that shit's G though.
With some fucking.
I love that shit though. I love that shit. I can't lie, man. I love that shit.
He had that shit on. He had like a fitted that was too big. And some orange sneakers. I'm not taking fashion advice from this dude. He was going in about Kanye a couple days ago.
See, the thing is, man, when you have already made it and you're in the lane of entertainment, you can wear whatever you want and you can do whatever you want.
Oh, you can do whatever you want, but we should be calling these people out for doing like crazy shit.
I don't know, man. If it's a fire ass Dolphins jersey, I'm like, damn, that shit is fire. Some of those jerseys you can't even get in a smaller size. They're so rare, or you're going to find is a 2X.
Yeah, hang that shit up, bro. Hang that shit on the fucking wall. That's where that thing
Frame
belongs,
it.
bro.
Put it
Frame
in-
that thing and put it on the fucking wall. This guy's wearing a 13th. Even if it is a rare jersey, even more of a reason not to fucking wear that shit.
Put it in the bag.
He's
make
wearing
it keep
that
his
shit
value.
to smoke blunts in his car with. Like, that's why he's got that shit on. Come on,
You
dude.
think he's smoking blunts in his car, man? That guy's smoking blunts in his pool house.
Yeah, he's smoking blunts everywhere he goes. But I don't know. I'm not particularly, excited to hear Boosie Badass's take on pretty much anything.
Yeah, no, I got you, man. But I just found it so random. I was like, this is the hill you're about to go up onto. Like, this is what did it for you. I'm like, there's a lot more other shit. A lot more other shit that could be advocated about. I was like, you want to cancel a guy that's dead already? He's gone. This is an actor portraying a person. And these are real events.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, man. I found it funny. I was like, this is ironic. I was like, the people that are deciding to be social justice warriors and shit, I was like, this is funny to me. Like, everybody, nobody can escape the virtue, the desire for virtue.
This guy's a
It's
convicted felon. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, dude. Like,
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's funny though, man.
I don't know. I
Oh,
do not
man.
know. You want to catch up on the chat before we get to the next topic?
Yeah. Well, we're pretty much caught up on it. You know, unless you want to read Spaz's chat. And Coast agrees with you about the football jersey.
Spaz says, I 100% get it. I've been looking for like 4 or 6 specialty friends to recreate Ocean's 11 ever since I've seen that movie. Yeah, me watching that shit does not make me want to get my friends together and perform a heist. On the contrary, now I understand how difficult it is to pull a fucking job like that off, and I understand that I do not have the steady hands
or the diverse group of people to pull this off.
Yeah, no way.
They had an acrobat. They had an elderly gentleman.
Are you kidding me? They pulled one of those safes out the fucking building with a helicopter.
Yeah.
There's
Who
a
do you
pilot
know?
in their friend group?
Right? Yeah. Let me just hit up Elon. And that's like Jeff Bezos could pull that off. The only people that could pull that shit off are the people that don't need that money.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
it. Like, I think Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos could pull off a heist like that. They could assemble a team, that could do that shit. That could knock off like the freaking Bellagio or something like that. You know, that's fucking hilarious.
Did you see Elon Musk in the news recently about Starlink in the Ukraine? About how they lost their internet somehow.
The Ukraine?
Yeah, something happened with the internet. I don't know what happened. You know what Starlink is?
No.
Starlink is a company that Elon Musk owns, and it's a satellite that you could get internet from, like wherever you are.
Okay. Is it a single satellite that's in orbit?
It's a satellite that you have at your house, and it connects to multiple satellites around that are in orbit.
So it's like a receiver.
Essentially, yes.
Go ahead.
And you get internet.
Okay.
And this is going to be short because I don't really know what people are upset about this either. But they were, I seen this. It was trending on Twitter about how they're like, oh, thank you, Elon Musk, for for providing the Ukraine with the internet. And then some people are like, he didn't provide it with shit. Like, United States bought it and gave it to them. And then there's like this back and forth argument about how Elon Musk didn't invent Starlink. He paid people to invent it. It's an interesting argument. I think that he still should be credited with having created Starlink.
He's an executive producer. He's Diddy.
He put the people in the room.
He's DJ Khaled.
It wouldn't exist
if
he didn't do it.
Yeah, he's understanding. It takes a certain level of maturity to understand the difference between like an executive producer and the person that has the larger vision in mind versus the people that are actually doing the labor. There's people that run very successful companies that can't read, because they understand the idea of who to assemble. They understand who to get, who to do what. That a lot of times is a skill that is not taught enough. And I think that, of course, he did that. He put up the money. He put, I'm sure he took the risk, and he put that team together. And that's what ends up happening. I mean, DJ Khaled might not sit and make beats, but he curates certain things and puts certain people in the room, like you said. And then those are the things that end up taking off. We got something in the chat going on?
Yeah. It says that Spaz says low orbit satellite internet. Low orbit is key because you have to have minimal delay, and it's a real alternative to wired connection. Yeah, it's super cool. I've thought about getting Starlink, not for my home, but for my RV. A lot of people who are like live. This is going to be like a contradiction, but like live off grid or live in like remote areas, they get it.
Okay.
It's it's like Spaz says, it's like the first like true alternative to a wired connection. Okay. And I want to say they're like you could get like 100 megabytes a second or something like that.
Damn.
Which is not bad.
No, it's not bad. I mean, in order to compete, I mean that shit's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. There's many places in the world where you can't get a quarter of that, and if you have that, it's fast.
Damn. Kevin says in the chat here, my buddy been on the wait list for Starlink for over 2 years now.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
One of the only reason I didn't even know it exists is because one of the guys I follow on YouTube who does like off-grid content, he has one.
Okay. Damn, that's kind of crazy, man. You know, I didn't even know that was a thing.
It's cool, right?
Yeah, that's pretty goddamn cool. So these, being that it's like it's low orbit, meaning it's closer to the Earth, right? Mm-hmm. So it flies a little closer to the Earth, which I'm sure like is probably cheaper to do. Right? I imagine, than sending something way further out. I'm sure it needs to be made of different materials and stuff. I'm sure it's a little more, probably smaller companies doing it.
That's a trickier one, right? Because if the air is more difficult, is more difficult to travel through, and you cost you more like fuel to burn, or they're orbiting, so they're not really using any fuel. I don't know. I don't know if that's a fucking
probably riskier, like physically. I mean, that's probably a lot more likely to hit something it shouldn't.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I would think so.
I don't know what's out there. I think if something gets that close, it's too late. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's low enough. It's low, but that shit's still in orbit. You know, that shit's in space.
That Red Bull skydiver, so when he jumped
higher
out,
than him.
When he jumped out that little pod, he could have landed on it.
I think it's like 50 feet behind that guy.
Okay.
Like
all right, we're getting down to the science.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. This thing is right above that guy. Yeah. He jumped out this thing, and then it went up a couple feet.
That's exactly what it was. That was what they did. They launched one of those, and then he was in it, and he just hopped out.
Yeah, they said just park it and leave it there.
That's hilarious. Let me see. Is Spaz being sarcastic in his chat? Or is
you
real?
Never know.
It's kind of long.
You never
so
know.
Read it.
Let's hear it.
He said his conspiracy theory is that Tesla will be the first cars that'll be linked to Starlink network to be able to have live updates on traffic, road conditions, and accidents. Oh,
I don't think that's sarcasm, and
I don't think it's sarcasm either. It sounds like he really thinks that.
Doesn't that kind of exist though? When it, like with Google Maps and Waze, they tell you when there's the car accidents and the traffic is
Yeah, but I think there's much fewer people using that. As to, you know, if you look 40 years down the road, everybody's going to be in an electric car. I don't think that kind of technology would be able to manage that. I mean, you would know better than me.
Well, I don't know. The truth is that I don't know. And I think it's even more interesting now. And like what you're saying could be more correct with all these states implementing legislation that you can no longer buy gas vehicles in their state past,
2035.
For example, 2035, which is the most recent one from New York, right? Yeah,
Governor Hochul. She's a psychopath. But she said 2035, you can't sell a new combustion vehicle after that. Like it has to be a zero emissions. That's the verbiage.
Yeah.
It has to be a zero emissions vehicle if it's new being sold in 2035.
Insane. Before we go, because we're close to the end, I have a clip I wanted to play.
Oh,
Speaking of governors.
Play it. Speaking of governors, is this the governor is this a governor we know, or is this a foreign governor?
This is a governor that I didn't know.
But you want to know?
Now that I know him, I want this guy on my side.
Yeah,
we want this guy on our side.
All right. So what is this? So
I think you want to catch up on the chat before we go to the video?
Yeah, we got the conspiracy theory here. And then Spaz also says, right, not autopilot relies on data that it creates itself. What? Well, right. Oh, he probably means right now.
Right now, autopilot
relies on data that it creates itself. Starlink should allow it to gather information from nearby cars as well.
Okay.
That's interesting. I don't want to be connected to so many people. Leave me alone.
Autonomous driving is kind of insane.
I don't listen, man. I'll tell you what, autonomous driving I think is better than a lot of these idiots. Let me tell you real quick. Nothing terrifies me more than an older person texting and driving. Dude, I was driving today. I was seeing bifocals. People were like this while they're driving. I'm like, no. I'm seeing them going over. I'm like, damn it. Nobody's even drunk anymore.
No.
I was like, dude, nobody's even drunk anymore. You guys are just all texting. These people are so old. And they're like, I'm like, you can't drive if you're paying 100% attention to the road. Now you're texting. Please let us all get home safely. Jesus Christ. All right, we're gonna go to this video.
I seen a video on World Star. Someone went like 2 feet past a stop sign and hit like a woman walking with her kid.
2 feet past, like rolled through it.
Yeah, just because they weren't paying attention. I don't know if they were on their phone or whatnot.
Probably, man.
Click on video 1, and this is about the drought right now.
Is this the Reddit report?
This is the Reddit report.
This is the Reddit report.
I got this video from Reddit.
All right, this is the Reddit report. So, ready?
Yeah.
Let's see. I haven't seen this yet. There's been a delay with the switch.
Is there?
Yeah,
There's much of a delay?
Yeah. I kind of stopped using it because it's been a...
For more rain, we may be able to escape the deadliest aspects of the continuing drought. Please join me.
Bring us...
Where's the video at? There it goes.
Okay, I'm going to play it back for everybody. One second.
Prayer for rain.
Oh, it's going to play back now. All right, let's see. There was an update on this thing.
Can we hear it? Do we have audio?
Asked all Utahns to conserve water by avoiding long showers, fixing leaky faucets, and planting water-wise landscapes. But I fear those efforts alone won't be enough to protect us. We need more rain, and we need it now. We need some divine intervention. That's why I'm asking Utahns of all faiths to join me in a weekend of prayer, June 4th through the 6th. By praying collaboratively and collectively, asking God or whatever higher power you believe in for more rain, we may be able to escape the deadliest aspects of the continuing drought. Please join me and Utahns, regardless of religious affiliation, in a weekend of humble prayer for rain.
You can pull this out. I hit it.
You did it?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. He makes a hell of a lot more sense than the guy that's sitting in the White House.
Conserve water by avoiding long showers, fixing leaky faucets, and planting water-wise landscapes. But I fear those efforts alone won't be enough to protect us.
I agree. It's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough to protect us.
Yeah.
Don't worry. This guy's going to rock with us only for a very short time.
Yeah, we'll be out of this scene soon. This is something to do with little technical difficulties, but it's okay.
There it goes. But listen, man, I'll tell you what. I'd rather this guy be pissing on my leg and telling me that God made it rain than be listening to this guy completely full of shit. Let me stop. That's all I got.
How crazy is it, though?
It's not that crazy.
That's not that crazy?
It's not that crazy. There's crazier shit going on right now.
Man.
There's crazier shit. That makes more sense to me than this fucking pendaco that's sitting in the throne right now, bro.
Huh. This is a crazy world we're living in where this makes more sense. Somebody telling people, hey, listen, we're going through a fucking crisis right now. You shouldn't be watering your grass. Let's all get together and pray for rain. He might as well had put a dance together.
Hey.
And had everybody do he's like, listen, this used to work back in the day. I heard.
It got us here. You know what I'm saying? Tried and true, baby.
Yeah, let's get together no matter what your denomination is. And let's go out there and we're going to dance to make it rain. And we're not going to stop dancing until the rain comes.
Well, what do you think? If he doesn't go out there and make a fucking speech like that, his 6 wives are going to leave.
Yeah.
They all got to listen. You know what I mean?
I just think that's so interesting, especially because there's this, even more now than lately, this conversation about the importance of separation of church and state and how we can't allow people's religious belief to influence in legislation. But this guy's the governor, and it's nothing wrong with him having faith.
Yeah.
I got nothing wrong with that. But it's just interesting how he's let's do this to make it fucking rain.
That's not what they mean, I don't think, by separation of church and state. I think
that's to prevent the influence of church in legislation. That wasn't to do. That's not to combat things like this.
Yeah, but I give the guy, I ain't that mad at him. I think the world could do with a little more faith, man.
I'm mad at him, but man, do I think it's interesting. Almost, I think it's humorous.
Yeah,
This guy got on national television and told everybody that we're going to have a weekend of prayer so the rain to come back.
Yeah. I mean,
he didn't say we're trying to get science. They make it rain in Dubai.
Yeah.
They're not praying for it. They
Nah.
just get a couple scientists together.
But that shit can't be good.
Yeah, no, that rain definitely.
That shit cannot be good.
But they know how to do it.
They made islands over there.
Even islands is just a bunch of sand together, no? You put enough dirt together, you're going to make an island.
Go ahead, try to build something on it. Tell me that's an island. Tell me that's an island and go and put some posts in the ground.
I don't know, man. I think people can recreate islands. I think people can make it rain. But I don't think no matter how much you pray on it,
it's not going to help.
In my personal opinion. And it's not a knockout against religion or anything like that.
No, of course not. Of course not. I just, like you were saying, we're at such a crazy time right now. With a bunch of people lying to us and a bunch of idiots being in very powerful positions that I'm like, that guy ain't that crazy.
No, he's definitely not crazy. I don't want to paint this guy as like a weirdo or anything like that.
But
I just think it's a very interesting, commercial or ad or whatever. And listen to me. I hope it fucking works.
Pray it up, bro.
I hope it works. I hope they pray and it fucking rains.
Yo, I mean, it might.
But I think there might have been better ways to approach this.
Yeah. Well,
Who would you rather? This guy or somebody who's just like, you know what? We're cutting the water off every other day. You guys are watering your grass too much. Right? Because I feel like those are like the two extremes. Like one guy's like, let's just fucking get together and pray on this. And then the other guy's like, nope, you guys have mismanaged your water. No more water for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it is crazy, though, when you think that we turn the sprinklers on to water the grass and half the world is dying of thirst. Yeah. And we're just like, I'm going to water the grass. I'm going to take a 2-hour shower because I hate the morning.
Yeah. I just need it to really start my day.
Yeah.
I really...
We're going to drain the swimming pool and fill it back up again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
going to take all this perfectly clean water or perfectly, you could process it and drink it if you needed to. And we're just going to throw some deadly chemicals in there to make sure that nothing grows on the lining of my pool so it doesn't feel slippery when I go and put my body in it.
Yeah, so it stays clear.
Yeah, I like to see when I'm swimming underwater.
Swimming pools is a pretty interesting concept when you think about it from like not economic, but from like a eco perspective.
Yeah, it's funny, but that's it. We're just going to pray, so everybody pray it up. We're going to get some rain. We needed that rain.
Yeah, you're probably right, Spaz. I didn't look at the second I was talking about, I hope it does work. In my mind, I'm like, damn, what date range did he say? Maybe it did work. Check it out.
Yeah, that's pretty funny though. I bet it worked. Of course it worked.
Why wouldn't it have worked?
Of course it worked.
And if it didn't work, it's because not enough people fucking participated.
Yeah. So listen, I think we reached the hour, man. I think that's what we got, man.
That's all I got.
You got anything? You got anything that you want to, any announcements about where they can find the podcast, find the audio if you like the audio, find the video if you like the video?
If you're a wagey and you don't have YouTube Red and you're unable to listen to YouTube without without your device closed and you just want to listen to the audio version of our podcast, you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and all your other podcast listening applications. You can also find our old videos back on our playlist on YouTube, and you can find short versions of our content, same spot on YouTube, or you can follow us on Instagram.
Follow us on Instagram, and make sure that you guys subscribe and you like the video, you engage. We're closing in on 600 subs. This is the road to 1,000 subscribers.
Road to 1,000.
Road to 1,000 subscribers, and once we hit that 1,000, I think we'll do the merch drop.
Yeah. I was going to say something absolutely disgusting.
All right.
About revealing my genitalia.
At 1,000 subs?
Yeah, but I've thought about it in those brief couple seconds, and I can't.
All right. And he says it anyway.
Yeah.
This is how open this gentleman is.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just things the grossest things come to my mind.
Hey, man, listen, we all have our,
I was
you know,
like
our
1,000
quirks.
subs.
1,000 subs. I'm pulling out my junk.
Yeah.
He can't help himself.
I just can't fucking help myself.
But yeah, man. So we do appreciate everybody. We appreciate everybody that's been subscribed, all the new subscribers, everybody that's been supporting this whole time. When we get to that 1,000, we're gonna have something nice. We'll probably just send some stuff out to them. Listen, man, we're gonna revisit that.
We don't forget the OGs, the
We
people
don't.
who've been here from day one. We will not forget you.
No, we definitely don't. So again, we appreciate you guys, and that's what we got. It's Masters of None podcast, episode 123. It is Tuesday. We'll see you guys next week. And remember, next Tuesday is my birthday. Right on the day that we're doing the pod.
Yep.
And it's going to be a good time. It's going to be fun. We're going to have some guests.
Doing a pumpkin beer taste testing for Justin's birthday.
Yeah. I'm going to try to guess which one's which.
Yep. And I'm going to pray for more pumpkins.
That's it. He's going
I'm praying for pumpkin spice. I'm praying for the pumpkin spice season to last longer. You know what I'm going to pray for? I'm going to pray that this season just goes on. I'm not ready for peppermint.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for peppermint. I still want pumpkin spice. This is outrageous. I'm going to pray that they move Halloween past Thanksgiving. Halloween is now December 16th. I've prayed on it. My dreams have come true.
That's all we got. Messing up. Episode 123.